Now, if there was only one way to think, or only one conclusion to reach about things, a library like this would be totally unnecessary. But that's not the way the Greeks and Romans saw it. For all their faults, they craved knowledge and wanted to preserve it for centuries to come.
That knowledge and information, whether it was contained in literature, poetry, philosophy, medicine, or religion, was preserved on what was the most common medium for transmitting written information at that time: scrolls.
Most of them were written on something that was pioneered here in ancient Asia Minor: parchment, writing things on animal skins. It lasted a lot longer than what the Egyptians were using: papyrus.
Papyrus was made from, no big shock here, the papyrus plant, a wetland plant once common in the Nile Delta of Egypt. Papyrus reeds were placed vertically side by side, and after they were dried, a second set of reeds was laid horizontally, not only creating another layer of reinforcement, but providing horizontal fiber lines used to keep one's writing straight. Our modern-day notebook paper still uses the logic of those horizontal lines first used in ancient papyrus. But papyrus was expensive, tedious to make, and couldn't hold up in more humid climates, and many a papyri decayed because of mold. In fact, all papyrus manuscripts of any kind are lost to us, except for the ones buried in extremely dry soil. In fact, it is very likely that every New Testament document was originally written with ink on papyrus. One of the reasons those New Testament originals, or sometimes called the Autographa, no longer exist. Now, since papyrus was only found in regions near Alexandria, Egypt, it became a little hard to provide the rest of the known world with it. So it gradually began to be replaced with something called parchment, a writing material made from something more durable and easier to come by: animal skins. Now, there's another word that's important to know here: manuscript. A manuscript is a handwritten copy of an original, and manuscripts made on parchment lasted far longer than papyrus ever could. In fact, of the New Testament manuscripts, over 5,000 exist today, a number stunning by comparison when you look at existing manuscripts of other ancient documents. While most of these biblical manuscripts are fragments, some dating as far back as the 3rd and even 2nd centuries, there are about 50 that contain every book of the New Testament. These manuscripts are a remarkable example of how document transmission on parchment has proven that the biblical documents have been faithfully and accurately recorded throughout history.